Mic check, mic check. Can they hear me? Can they hear me? I think they can. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Operationherotalk. Look, listen. Okay, I realize I've done wrong. I've done wrong. I have done you all wrong. I checked the stats. I checked the stats. I checked the number of people listening. Now you guys know me. You guys know me. You know what I'm about, or at least you should after 10 damn episodes. I don't give a fuck if we have 100,000 people listening to this or if we have 30 people listening to this. I am appreciative of every single one of you nerds and nerdettes. Okay? I love you all. All right? And I appreciate you all tuning in every week to watch a new episode and see what the fuck I want to talk about. Right? I appreciate that. This literally, it does not, the love does not go unnoticed. Okay? So for me to, what it seems like, ghost you for 2 fucking months, I get it. You're furious, and you're justified in being furious. But before y'all send me some hate mail, before y'all curse at me, telepathically, and before y'all call me all types of names, hopefully not racist ones, let me just explain. All right. So yes, ended up taking a little bit over a 2-month break, but this was a necessity. Okay. One, I'm pretty fucking busy. Okay. This, as you all know, this podcast does not pay my bills. All right. I do this shit for fun. All right. And it is, in fact, very fun. And it has never not been fun. Okay. And I didn't take a break because it wasn't fun anymore. Not the case. My old laptop that I was using to record my podcast audio on pretty much got really glitchy and pretty much, signaled to me that it was on its last leg. So I couldn't do the podcast from that laptop anymore. Excuse me. And this is just to show you guys how old that fucking laptop was. It was a 2012 MacBook Pro. I shit you not. Literally. It was a 2012 MacBook Pro with the CD drive still attached to the Dell computer. That's how old that laptop was, right? But it hung in there. It really did. And I am a very frugal man, right? I'm a very frugal man. Okay. So if the shit work, I'm not getting a new one. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not getting a new one. But, yeah, it ended up, pretty much telling me, that it was time to retire. It was glitching a lot. The mouse pad was just all fucked up, at a certain point. So I pretty much had to retire, and to retire it, don't worry, I moved it to a nice laptop retirement home. Okay. It can play racquetball and tennis with the other old laptops. And hey, I think it's happy. I don't know. It's called me. I haven't called back. Anyways. All right. So I had to get a new laptop, right? Because I record all of this myself, right? Now, maybe in the future that won't be the case, but it is the case right now. So I needed a new laptop. So my lovely wife, who you all will meet, I'm sure, at some point in these episodes, at some point I'll bring her on. I'll force her to come on. She'll come on and, pretend like she's happy here. And, she was struggling on what to get me for Christmas. I admit I'm a very, very hard person to shop for. I am, because I don't like a lot of mainstream shit, like I don't wear Jordans. I don't wear Nikes. I don't wear Jordan tracksuits. I don't wear Nike tracksuits. I'm kind of sticking to a similar theme here, Jordan and Nike. Not because I don't like them, but they're just not my style, right? So, I'm into, anime shirts. You guys have seen it. Anime shirts, DC shirts, Marvel shirts, etc. Dare I say skinny jeans? Yeah, pretty much. Skinny jeans. Really like retro wear, like retro kind of like semi-punk rock shit. That's what I'm into, right? But this time around, I needed a new laptop. So I was like, hey, I was doing some research on the net, trying to figure out where to get a new laptop from. And that's when I came across Back Market. Honestly, I recommend Back Market to anybody that's looking to get a device, whether it be a iPad, tablet, Windows PC, MacBook PC, because they really do have quality products, and they do have warranties on all of their products. So you can send it back and get the shit fixed if it breaks. And a lot of times their fair quality looks exactly new. So she ended up getting me a MacBook Air, and it only cost $500. That is a fucking steal, and it was the one from 2017 too. So that won't be outmoded for a while. And so with that, I was able to get a 1 terabyte hard drive, and bing bang boom, here we are, baby. Yeah, we are here. We are in the building, right? We are back officially, and we are not going anywhere at all again, unless I decide to take a vacation. But I promise, if I do, I will let you guys know. Okay, I promise I will. I'll let you guys know. So the big question is, what the hell did Dimitri Starks come here to talk about today? Well, nerds and nerdettes, fans, haters, my grandmother, I'm not sure which category she falls under, but either way, we decided that we wanted to talk, my damn show, I wanted to talk about Wonder Woman today. Now, I struggled with this character. I really struggled with this character. Because my natural instinct was to rip the movies. I don't really like the movies. I'll get into that, why I don't, a little later. But this isn't Operation Hero movie talk. This is Operation Hero Talk. So I can't just limit it to the movies. I have to talk about the character as a whole, right? And in doing research, I found out some pretty interesting things about the creation of the Wonder Woman character. Like, it's actually pretty interesting. So, like Superman, Wonder Woman was the character was created way back in the day. I'm talking, back in the days when I was young. I'm not a kid anymore, but someday, way back, like post Great Depression back. The Wonder Woman character was created in 1940. First comic book came out in 1942. Yeah, times were a little bit different back then, right? They were a little bit more tense, right? Pretty sure there was a war going on. I don't remember the name of it. It was a very big war. It was a war that involved the world. And I think it was the second one. If only I could come up with a name for it. Yeah, either way. I'm pretty sure there's something in the history books. Anyways, there was a war going on at the time, right? And let me get the name of the psychologist and the creator. My wife has told me twice, but I have forgotten because I am not good with memory. Let's see. William Moulton. There we go. Sorry about that. William Moulton. He helped create the character, right? It was him, and I believe it was, if I remember correctly, hold on, let me look. And his wife, Elizabeth. Now this is gonna be some crazy shit, but just bear with me. So they created the Wonder Woman character, right? Because the time was right. They felt for a woman character. There weren't many, right? And they felt that a female hero, accurately portrayed, how strong women were at that time, how independent women were becoming. Now remember, this is the 1940s, right? This is 1940s. So there was still a long fucking way to go in terms of, that mission, right? There was a long way to go in terms of that mission. But, in the 1940s, I guess they thought, hey, it's better than it was. Who knows what it could be in the future. If their ghosts are listening to this, it got better. It got way better. Women are killing it. And yes, goddamn it, I'm a feminist, but I don't say that because I'm a feminist. I say it because it's a fact. Anyways, she was supposed to be a sign of the times, right? She was a sign of the times and of, women empowerment and, how we just needed one. We needed a woman hero in DC. And maybe we did. It's not my place to say. I wasn't in the boardrooms. I wasn't in the conference rooms. I don't know. But like Superman, this is an old hero. This is a very old hero, right? Very much older hero, like old as the country itself, like Bishop the android from Aliens old, like that old, like, you know what I mean, like older than that, like Job's like old. Okay, maybe not that old, but you get what the point. You get what I'm saying, man. They were old as dirt, all right? And as time went on, obviously the character developed, but not that much though. Seriously, not really that much. The story definitely changed and evolved as time went on, right? Because in the Bronze Age, her origin story was that she was made by her mother from clay, right? And then, of course, in the New Age, she was made the old-fashioned way, bounce chicka wow. Yeah. Forgive me. Y'all know I'm crazy. Shut up. Anyways. Where was that? Right. So the origin story has changed, but the hero itself kind of hasn't. Much like Superman. Now, if you all remember the episode that I recorded, Superman being overrated, still think he is much overrated. But I can't put that on the hero. He's too established. Right? He's too established. It's been too long. He was one of the first made. So there's not much you can change. You could change it. Nobody's stopping you, but you probably won't. Why is that? Now, granted, most of the people that were I shouldn't say this, but whatever. Most of the people that were, teenagers or young adults when these two heroes came out are probably not with us today or definitely on their way out. But what I'm trying to say is, I say that to say that if, you were ever thinking about changing up the character, it's totally fine. But anyways, let's get back to the topic. The topic is that the main point I'm trying to make is that this hero, Wonder Woman, hasn't changed much in appearance and powers, special abilities. It's been a natural, like a steady flow with that character throughout the years. Now, in research, in anticipation of this episode, because I've been plotting on this episode for a while, I watched the Wonder Woman movies. I went back and watched Batman vs. Superman. Yes, I know, everybody. You're all wondering if I have some type of mental trauma from that movie, and the answer is to be decided, to be determined. I don't know. I have a meeting with Dr. Burns on Monday. Anyways, okay. I watched every movie that the Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, and I'll speak on her portrayal of the character a little bit later. Not a lot has changed. you, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to make a traditional hero who's been around that long. It's very interesting. It's very hard, difficult to make them interesting. Case in point. Case in point. Wonder Woman and Superman, their fight scenes. So I'll put it. So all three Wonder Woman, all the Wonder Woman movies. Hell, even the TV show. All the Superman movies. Hell, even the Superman TV shows. Not the cartoons, because that one was actually good. Come on, like let's have an honest conversation here, listeners. Let's not cap to each other, okay? And I know I'm using my smooth, sultry voice a little bit early, but I need to get this point across. You guys, seriously, look me in the eye and tell me those aren't some of the most boring fucking fight scenes you have ever seen in your life. Seriously. They're boring. But it's not their fault. You can't write excitement into Wonder Woman's character. You can't do it. It's literally not possible. It's not possible. Because, she's far more, like Superman, she's far more of a symbol than she is an interesting character. Like, come on, everybody. We have Deadpool. We have Havoc. Hell, I'll do an episode on Beast. Because I think Beast is at this point, nobody talks about Beast anymore. I'm talking about Beast from X-Men. Nobody talks about Beast anymore. He's like one of the least interesting X-Men now. All right? There's too many good heroes, too many far more interesting heroes, most of them in Marvel, but you didn't hear that from me, that are killing it right now. That now you have these heroes that you are constantly trying to force people to be interested in, and they're not interested. And it turns out to make terrible cinematography. But we still buy the merchandise. We still buy the figurines. We still buy the gear. Come on now. Come on. Seriously. How many of y'all out there have a Wonder Woman shirt? There are a lot of people. How many of y'all out there have a Superman shirt? There are a lot of people. I have a Superman compression shirt that I wear to the gym. Because the symbol is important. The symbol, who they are, what they stand for, is more important than the character is interesting. I had to watch all of the Wonder Woman movies on HBO Max. Do you really think I was spending my money to go see that shit in theaters? Come on. Same thing for Superman. Do you really think I was gonna waste $16? Yeah, because y'all know I sit in the recliners. You really think I was gonna waste money going to see that shit? I knew exactly what it was gonna be. It was gonna be long. It was gonna be boring. It was gonna be not worth the purchase. That's what she said. I don't want to sound like I'm trashing this movie. Because the truth is I'm not. I'm really not. I'm really not trashing the movie. I mean, I'm not trashing the character, because I understand what the character stands for and what it's meant to some people in the country. Shit was hard back then, bruv. It was hard. It was difficult for everybody, especially minorities. But, still, either way, it was hard for everybody. The country's slowly building itself back up. Maybe your parents don't have a job, or maybe they're working extra days to afford to put food on the table. So you go out, you're a good kid, maybe you're a bad kid, right? You go get into some trouble. You're not doing well in school, but you know when that next damn issue of Superman and Wonder Woman is coming out, don't you? Of course you do. Because the symbol is important, because they allow you to go, and this is not just Superman and Wonder Woman, this is every hero. You know the reason why we love these things and why we talk about these things? You want to know the reason why I started a podcast on this shit? Is because it allows us to escape into their world and leave ours. I have a good life. I have a great life. Sometimes I want to step into Deadpool's life and see what the fuck he's got going on, what crazy shit he's into right now. Sometimes I want to step into Princess Diana's world, see what she's got going on, who she's fighting. Does she have a warranty on that invisible plane? Does she have a patent on that lasso of truth? I'd be interested in learning, right? But that's the reason why we love it. Now, okay. Fun fact, because I really gotta say this, because this is so funny. I find it so ironic because, guys and gals, and however you choose to identify, we know what the country was like in 1940s. I mean, we don't know. We weren't born yet. I don't even think we were in our parents' testicles. But hell, our parents weren't born yet. Jeez. Or maybe they were. Maybe they were. Maybe your parents were born. I don't know. I have no idea. Either way, anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to say that, you know, the country was not as enlightened and more accepting as it is now, right? You think it's hard being a member of the LGBTQ community now? Jeez. Imagine what it was like back then. It was probably very difficult. Very difficult. To the point where, and I'm just guessing, I don't know what it was like back then, but I'm just saying, I don't think coming out was even a fucking option back then. It wasn't even a thought process in people's mind. You know? But I find it so ironic that, oh, what is his name? Damn it, I keep forgetting his name. Where's my wife when you need her? Sleep with our child. William. I find it so ironic that William and his wife Elizabeth, the co-creators of Wonder Woman, were in a polygamous relationship. They were in a poly relationship with a woman named Olivia, who was also a inspiration for the character. I love this. I love this. People who were going against the culture, the norms, created a character that gave the norm hope. Come on. There has got to be a fortune cookie quote in there somewhere. Seriously, that is amazing. The shit's amazing to me. I don't know about you guys, but that shit's amazing to me. Anyways. Where, where was I? Right. Okay. But that's amazing. Like, I'm sorry, I can't get off that. That is amazing, right? Like, they were in a poly relationship. Now, obviously, there's nothing wrong with poly relationships, and I'm not shitting on it. But in that time, do you know how crazy that like I would love to do more research into it and see like if it was something like they flaunted openly or if it was something they kept secret. But for now, the shit's still amazing. Shit's still amazing, especially for back then. It was the 1940s, everybody. Anyways, Wonder Woman first made her appearance in Action Comics 1942. And if I recall correctly, that War of the Worlds, which was the second one that I can't remember the proper name for, I think that started in 1942. I believe so. Don't quote me on that. Okay. I'll probably. Okay. You know what? Let's ask our trusty. Our trusty Siri. Hey Siri. What year did World War II start? What year did World War II start? Oh. Oh, Siri says she's going to bed. Leave her the fuck alone. Okay. All right. I'll use the laptop. Fine. Fine, Siri. I get it. Oh, okay. So we were in the middle of war then. War actually started in 1939 and it went until 1945. So there are different ages of Wonder Woman. Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age. And there are a few differences in these characters, right? A few differences with these characters. Well, not a few differences with these characters, but with different ages comes different possible origin stories for Wonder Woman. So when we come back from break, or we're gonna do a quick short break for an ad really quickly. Your boy got sponsored. Okay, so please bump and share my shit so I can get paid for this. I'm joking, but do share. Anyways, once we come back from a break, a short little break, I will break down all of the different ages. Oh, well, just the three: the Golden, Silver, and Bronze Age of Wonder Woman. Some differences between, and then my opinion. And then to cap this, hit the mic. Sorry. To cap this show off, we'll talk about the movies. We'll go into the movies, and I will dissect those and relive those memories. All right, we'll be right back. All right, let's get back into this. Thank you for sitting through that short break. Let's get into this, man. So the movies. Oh, I think it would be quicker for me to tell you all what I liked about the movies. Uh, I liked the CGI. Look. You know what? Before we even get into that, let's go. Let me start this off like how I originally intended to start it off, which was talking about the different ages. So let's start with the Golden Age. Now, in the Golden Age, I want to make sure I got my facts straight before I actually fucking say this online and totally spit out terrible information. So the Golden Age was kind of similar to the first movie. American agent, plane crash, island, Nazis, Princess Diana, fall, love, agent, goes, fights, World War II. So that was pretty much the Golden Age Wonder Woman. it was pretty much like the movie. She fought World War II. Um, what I want to do, and I'm about to explain the Silver Age, but what I want to do with you guys is I'm going to describe the characteristics of these different ages. I want you to tell me what you thought would have made a better goddamn movie. So the Golden Age Wonder Woman, we know that was the movie. That was the first movie, right? Exact same plot. That was the first movie. So the Silver Age involves a lot of Greek mythology. Now, the Golden Age does too, and I haven't read the Golden Age Wonder Woman comics, but in this instance, I'm speaking about the movie. Now, the movie relied on some Greek mythology too, but in the Silver Age of Wonder Woman in the comic books, they leaned heavy into it. Pretty much, Diana, Princess Diana, excuse me, don't want to offend Her Majesty. She was blessed by multiple gods. She'd be as strong as Hercules, as beautiful as Aphrodite, as smart as Athena, etc. You get the fucking point. Anyways, I'm in my bag. Anyways, I'm in my bag. Anyway, I'm in my zone. But anyways, basically, after I know I just took a little minute to read that. I look, I'm trying to make sure I'm not giving y'all no inaccurate ass information. If you really want to know, go read the goddamn comic books. You know you can find that shit online. Anyways, I think the first, because as I'm reading the Silver Age, I think the movie kind of blends the Golden and Silver Age a little bit, because she chooses to stay in the man's world, man's world, human being. After the mission is complete. And she gets into all kinds of like adventures, both big and small. Have you guys noticed that there really is no villain palette for Wonder Woman? At least not anybody credible. They kind of lumped her in with. Not Superman. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, Superman. But mainly the Justice League. The Justice League's villains are kind of really her villains. I don't know why, but that's the way it is. Bronze Age, 1970s. That was when the TV show came out. So the TV show was out during that time, and boosting ratings. Right? Boosting ratings. Because of the show, because of the popularity of the show, they wanted to revamp the comic book. So they did. They came out with a new version. And in this version, oh, okay. Well, in this version, Steve Trevor and Wonder Woman got married. But it didn't really hit. It wasn't really a hit, and it got canceled. All right. I'm not gonna go to the modern age. We kind of all know what's going on with the modern age. I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna waste my time on that. But so those are the different ages. Not a lot of improvement on the character itself. Like I was saying before, it's all about the story. Why? Why can we not improve Wonder Woman or Superman? I have a theory this is just a theory, but I think that these two characters being the way they are, and I kind of mentioned this in my Harley Quinn episode. Go back and listen to it if you go back and listen to it if you're interested. I think these two being more traditional and being more for the culture was the exact reason why Harley Quinn became so popular and became a pillar for DC Comics, because she was so anti-culture. She's fucking crazy. She was nuts, right? Wonder Woman is the exact opposite. She's good and pure and wants to help people. She doesn't want to hit people upside the heads with bats or steal purses or, impress a psychopath in clown makeup and, stay while he hits her with his car or throws her over a building or cuts her parachute mid jump. Just all the shit that could happen on a random Tuesday. But anyways, safe is boring. We don't want safe in our heroes, in heroines, excuse me. We don't want safe. The more tragic the story, the more relatable the character. Life is fucked up. Life is fucked up. We know that, right? And that's why we can relate to these characters, because we can relate to the bad things that happen to them. Guys, seriously, tell me, what bad things have happened to Wonder Woman? Really? Could it be the fact that she's lost to Lois Lane for Superman's affection 1,000,001 times? Maybe. I don't know. It's not my place to say. But Twitter keep blowing up. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of this thing. I think that's how old timers say it. Well, Dimitri, what didn't you like about the movies? Where do I fucking start? God. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys an image. It's a cliche, but it's an image. You guys all remember the Matrix movies, right? Now I want you to remember the first Matrix movie, because that was when the 360-degree rotation of the camera that came about. Right? It was I believe it was invented for that movie. That was groundbreaking, right? Because it was crazy how everything slowed down, and it was like we were getting a like a real time, like it was like this shit is like surreal. It's crazy. Wonder Woman, I feel, tried to do that too much, but without the actual 360-degree turning of the camera. I'm gonna give you a scene. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh about this, but it's just so fucking terrible. Anyways, the scene where they're fighting on the beach. The scene where they're fighting on the beach. Why is it that every every 2 seconds an Amazonian warrior is like jumping in the air, and it's taking her 3 seconds to get up in the air at her peak and 3 seconds to fall back down? Why are there slow motion moves galore in this goddamn movie? There's so many slow motion moves, and it is so nerve-wracking. It's like, okay, I see how they're catching you guys with bullets. 1, because you have arrows, and 2, because you are taking so long to jump. They have so much time. They can literally shoot, and if they miss, they can reload and like take a coffee break and then shoot again. So the fighting. The net of it is the fighting was off. Why is everything in slow motion when it doesn't have to be? Why? It's the same problem I had with Shazam, and I'll put Shazam's fucking time is coming too. The story, guys, just wasn't interesting. I'm sorry, it just wasn't interesting. It was boring to me. Like, sign of the times, right? Sign of the times. Like I've been saying this whole fucking podcast episode. Sign of the times. Golden Age, World War II, fighting in that. Okay, I get that. That is not interesting. That is boring. There are a billion, not literally, fuckers, figuratively. There are figuratively a billion World War II movies. Now, let's compare two films here. Let's compare the Captain America, the first Avenger, the first movie. Let's compare that movie to this movie. Let's compare that movie to this movie. What did that movie do right? What did this movie do wrong? Well, one, the fight scenes in Captain America were way better. You can't tell me not. They were. The story was way better. The dialogue was way better. like the dialogue was way better. As far as acting leads, they're on equal ground. I love Gal Gadot. I love Chris Evans. I think they both did an amazing job. They did. I'm just going to talk about Gal Gadot now. She did the best she could with that character. What I took issue with was the fact that when she got to the human world, she was acting so confused all the time. Like, it is not that deep. This woman is not slow. She is not slow. She is the princess of an entire fucking civilization. She's not slow. She's very smart. Right? She's not going around she should, like, you shouldn't be depicting her going around asking, is that Hades? Is that Hades? Where's Hades? Show me Hades. Was that who it was? It was a Hades? I don't know. Y'all put it in the comment section if it was Hades. I don't think it was. It might have. I think it was somebody else. But either way, it's like Ares. Was it Ares? I think it was Ares. Yeah, Ares. It was like where's Ares? Where's Ares? Is that Ares? Is that Ares? Is that Ares? Where's Ares? I'm here to fight Ares. Like, oh, okay. Can we get dinner first, and then we can look for Ares? All right. I mean, the mission itself wasn't even that. Really wasn't that deep. I mean, I find it so ironic. Not ironic. I find it so funny that it was that easy for a plane to crash into their zone and land on Amazonia. Like, that's all it took. And then the Nazis rolled in with their boats. I'm like, God damn, y'all ain't got no security measures for this? What is this? So you telling me I could be snorkeling, come up for air, and end up getting shot by an arrow by a 7'2" beautiful Amazonian woman? Not the worst way to go out, but not what I'm looking for. As my personal hero Howard Wolowitz once said, I want to die in my 50s with a heart full of pastrami. That's how I'm going out. Right? Anyways, I just think that this character, like Superman, I'm not saying you have to change around the whole. I'm not saying you have to change around every aspect of the character. You don't. But what I find so interesting is that they try to make these characters interesting by the villains they go against. Sometimes that works. Not in this case. Not in this case. Not for Wonder Woman. It just doesn't work. The Joker is interesting. Batman's interesting all on his own. His sidekicks are interesting all on their own. Iron Man's interesting all on his own. We got 3 movies. We got 3 movies to prove that. All right. Wolverine, interesting, all on his own. Deadpool, hilariously interesting, all on his own. Right? Hell, Harley Quinn, interesting, all on her own. Right? You know what I mean? Like the villains don't define them. All I heard when the Wonder Woman and Superman hype started coming out. Oh, when's what's that man's name? What is his name? It starts with a D. My dumbass was about to say Death Note. Shout out to all the anime fans. Oh my god, what is his name? It's not Destructo. That's too corny. Darkseid. There we go. Darkseid. See, I knew it would come to me. Give me a minute. It's like, oh, when's Darkseid coming? When's Darkseid coming? When's Darkseid coming? When Brainiac coming? When's Darkseid coming? It's like, okay, goddamn, can we characters, heroes? They're right here. Can we focus on them? Can we focus on them? I'm not just waiting for the bad guy to show up. If I'm waiting for the bad guy to show up, I'm not interested in the movie. I'm not. You want to know why Shazam ultimately ended up getting a passing grade from me? Because the hero was fucking hilarious. They took the Deadpool route. Make the character hilarious and relatable. You know why they did it? Huh? You know why? Because it works. Okay? It works. We literally when the villains weren't even the villains in that movie sucked. They weren't even good. The seven deadly sins, really. We have an anime about that, and yes, I will cover all of those beautiful bastards at some point, but I will do it one by one. I will not do all 7 of them at one time. Anyways, back to the topic. Wonder Woman and Superman were relatable to back then, but they're not relatable now. And it's very hard. It's not impossible. I run in a lot of nerd circles, people. We don't talk about Superman, and we don't talk about Superman and Wonder Woman in those circles. We don't talk about Wonder Woman because they don't relate to us. They're bland. They're boring. And we need more. And that's the reality. Right? Trying to end on a positive note with this character. Because I don't want to be mean, right? I will say this. I think what can save these villains, what can save Wonder Woman is development of unique villains to her. That's how I think you save her. Get some villains that are unique to her, that are good for her to face. Because if you do that, then you make the character more interesting. How we relate to our characters, to these heroes, to these villains, when we see them overcome things, when we learn, as it pertains to heroes, and when we learn why they do the things they do, as it pertains to villains. You know what a good percentage of people tell me? Thanos had the right idea. I mean, there's an infinite amount of resources around this bitch. It isn't infinite. It is finite. It's gonna run out eventually. He had the right idea. He was right. The method was just wrong, right? But that made him relatable because he was portraying something that we were all thinking or we've all thought about at some point, and they brought it to the limelight, to the big screen, put it out there for us to see. When I'm thinking Wonder Woman, I'm really honestly not too sure what I'm going to see. But if I take an educational guess, I could probably predict it. It'll start. She'll be beating somebody weak. Somebody strong will come along. She'll struggle in the first fight. Win the second fight. Maybe fall in love with somebody in between. I just described the first two movies. I did. Not a fair reality, but it is a reality. I do hope the Wonder Woman character gets better as time goes along. But, what I will say is this. If this character has given comfort or given hope to somebody out there, I don't take that lightly. I think that that's a great thing. I think that's what heroes and sometimes villains are, unfortunately, are meant to do. Inspire us to be better, to help, to want to do things not because we seek gratification or we seek a hit to our ego, but because it's the right thing to do. So, if I can hit you guys with the lasso of truth here, I was very nervous. I was very nervous to come back and do another episode. But, doing this, talking with you guys, reminded me why I love doing this so much. Because it's just an honest conversation. And I love talking about this shit. And I get it out of my head so I don't have to think about it. If you like the podcast, if you like the YouTube video, hit the like button, hit the bell to subscribe so you'll know when we drop a video. We are broadcasting on pretty much every single podcast network you can think of. Spotify, Apple. I'm gonna try to find a way to get it to Patreon. I'm not sure if you have to pay for it, so I'll see. I'll see on that. But I'm gonna try to get it to Patreon sooner rather than later. And with that being said, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.